Hi there, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyards channel. Today we are in Long Beach, Washington.
Actually,
reals.
not for real.
We're at the Lone Fir Cemetery. There's many cemeteries called Lone Fir. This was originally the Baker family plot. They had Bakers buried in the vicinity, and once the cemetery was established, they moved the bodies over into this general area. It was originally donated by, how do you think he says his name? Jehu? Jehu?
Yeah, sure.
Scudder. Mr. Scudder. It was on his donation claim, and he was the very first burial here. I don't know if he has a marker. It says that he was buried near a lone fir on the property, but now I'm seeing multiple firs, some younger than others, so I'm sure people have just slowly added more onto the property. Anyhow, we're just gonna go look around and see what there is to see. All right, so before we enter into the Lone Fir Cemetery, there is a monument here for Gilbert E. Tinker. And it says, this memorial placed here by his numerous friends in loving memory of him and of his untiring efforts to the preservation of this Lone Fir Cemetery, erected in 1959. It does say the land was donated by Alfred and Mary Jane Baker in 1914. And I was reading the history of Mary Jane Baker, who married not only Alfred, but I believe George, his brother. And the history says she was the mother of many Bakers, which I thought was interesting. It didn't actually give a list of how many there were. Okay, so let's go in here. It is very uneven ground. We did take a quick drive around the loop, and you can see how flat, well, the ground isn't flat, but it's all flat markers. It goes up in a loop. We'll drive around and show you, but the assumption is those are all newer markers, so we're not going to go check out that so much. I have a 2017 military marker here, so we're already starting pretty new right here. So I think the older lots are just in this small section, so we're just gonna kind of check that out and see what we can find. You can see what happens underneath the cedar trees. They quickly cover markers. We've experienced this in cemeteries that we've volunteered at ourselves, so there's no telling really, unless there's some really dedicated volunteers here, how many markers get buried over time. Let's see what we have under here. We've got an Alice Warner, died in 1908. It's a child. You could almost tell immediately when there's a lamb there. It's a child or an infant. This child was about 8 years old. This says Sarah Smith, 76 years old, died February 10th, 1908. This is a 1996 marker. Probably most flat markers will be newer. We have this one's pretty sunk in the ground. 1829 to 1904, it looks like. This, oh, it's Tinker. It's one of the Tinkers. HH. That looks pretty homemade compared to what monuments typically look like. But there's also a very large pillar with HH Tinker and their dates there. And that's, on this side is Nancy, wife of H.H. Tinker, died in 1902 at 58 years old. There's an interesting baby daughter, Anna and A.J. Baker, 1904, just about a week old. This is quite large fir tree, so I do wonder if this is the one. It's in the right section. It's larger than all the others. A few newer markers here and there.
Anna Baker.
Hmm?
Anna Baker.
Anna Baker's marker right here.
She's the wife of Joseph or something. I had that.
Wife of Joseph. Joseph Woodham? I can't tell. She died in 1899.
Another tinker. Another tinker.
There's another tinker marker, a little newer.
George Baker, we can barely read it.
Was it?
George Baker.
George Baker. One of the husbands of the many children. 1895. He died. Wondering what this one is. It's different. It's Anna M. Just says Anna M on it. Although I wonder if it's possibly the foot marker of this Anna Baker. I don't know. You could see some right along the cliffside. These are rhododendrons and laurels, which are not that old, holding up the bank side. So I wonder how many burials were beyond that bank at one point in time. You can see this pedestal here most likely held this pillar. And you can see kind of a jumble of small headstones or footstones. These were probably just placed here in the vicinity of where they belong.
That was always on top of there.
Who said that?
Oh.
This is for Ernest. Son of some initials, McKean, in maybe 1899. There's another handmade marker right here. It's from 1966.
You're right.
There's another, it's a marble marker, but a handmade pedestal. Also from the 60s. It's a couple of very large Baker monuments there. Oh, this is Rebecca, daughter of J.W. and M.J. Baker. Born in 1874, died in 1875. Wow. One day short of her first birthday.
Well, hey, what was this? Mary Jane? Did you know what she had?
Here's Mary Jane, maybe the mother of many Bakers.
The matriarch.
And Alfred, yeah. So that was her last husband there.
The matriarch of the family.
Huh?
The matriarch of the family?
Yeah, the matriarch of the family. Curious about what this one says. Oh, this is maybe her original one, Rebecca Baker. And then somebody put this big pillar there.
Here's Jehu.
Oh, look.
Jehu.
Hold on. Look at this one. Being swallowed up by the roots of the tree here.
Wow. Wow.
Edna Ray. 1905. It's like 1900, so child. Just take a step back. Here's John Ray, also a child.
Yeah.
You can see the tree
The lone fir.
that they're under
Was this the lone fir?
right there.
Was this the lone fir?
And you can see his little footstone, so small.
Was this the lone fir one time? Who knows?
No, this is a cedar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one on this side,
Oh, wow.
along with a deer bone. I hope. No, it's way too large to be anything else. Evan Ray. Oh, also a child. That's really sad. I wonder if they placed, or the family planted that tree for the kids.
Or that's a child too.
I'll get there in just a second.
Could be.
I'm just curious about this line, if they're all Rays. Can't see that one anymore. This is a Miller, also a child.
This is Ray. This one must be Bayland.
Yeah. It looks like this one maybe got rescued not long ago, got pulled up and out of the tree, and now it's being reclaimed once more. Same with this one here. Son of Lamond Carruthers, 1923. It's a 3-year-old. There's a marker way over there on the edge. You can see all the ivy in here, and then there's this marker. Makes you wonder how many others. It just says unknown even. My goodness. Looks like there may have been a fence there at one point in time. These are a little bit newer. Look at this. This is wood. 1985. Never mind. Several homemade markers here, fairly new in comparison to what we're looking at. Oh, underneath this huckleberry, which is full of berries, we have Mother Isabel DeLong Adamson, who died in 1942, and John R. Adamson, who died in 1945.
Jehu.
Ah, here's a monument erected for Jehu Scudder. It says, the first legislator elected to represent Pacific County died on February 18th in 1854 en route to Olympia to attend the first session of the territorial legislature. This is the first grave in the cemetery on his donated land claim. It's got a covered wagon and oxen, the Pacific Trail. This was clearly mounted after his burial, because the books say that he didn't have a marker to begin with. but who knows? There's another fairly old one right here. This is George Clay. Died in 1887. Or no, yeah. Aged, I can't tell. You can see it got broken off of there and they just kind of stuck it in the ground. It's another couple of markers there. And we've pretty much seen the entire old section at this point. All right, so we're gonna take a quick drive through the rest of the cemetery. Like I said, it just kind of loops around all the new burials. Not a whole lot to see, but it's kind of cool. It goes up a really steep hill and like loops around. It almost makes one of those
circles?
Well, no, it makes like a ribbon.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
support ribbons.
Sure.
Anyway, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're celebrating your life, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.